Welcome back to Get Ready with Juanita. If you'd like to know how I got this look, please continue watching. I already have my cream products on, so I use the Naturium Vitamin C Serum, and on top of that I use the Drunk Elephant Whipped Cream, and on top of that I went in with the pink juice from Glow Recipe, the moisturizer, and I let that sink in for a few minutes. So my skin is feeling good now, and I'm ready to go in with my foundation. So I'm going to be using my House Labs today. So I'll just spread some around with my finger. Well, it looks like we're starting to see some beautiful spring weather here, thank goodness. Starting to see signs of it, so I'm happy for that, because in Canada we can have long, cold winters. So I often appreciate all four seasons. I'm glad to see spring, and I'm glad to see summer, and I'm glad to see fall and winter. It's all a really nice experience. Okay. So I've got that pushed around with my brush and spread out evenly. And I'm just going to go quickly over with a damp e.l.f. sponge just to push it further into my skin, just to make sure it's a nice even application. Yeah, so I'm really inspired by spring this year. It's starting to look like the beginnings of maybe another nice summer. Last summer was gorgeous. Okay, so now that I got that in, I'm going to go in with some Callaway color corrector just around the dark spots in my eyes. And so when using a color corrector, you really want to use sparsely and just in the areas that you want to cover up. You don't want to spread it everywhere. And I'm going to use my other blender brush just to tap it in. So we're not going to push it around too much. So it's just to neutralize some of the blueness, purpleness from the veins around my eyes. Okay, lovely. And then I'm going to go in with the Tower 28 concealer, serum concealer. And I'm just going to use, again, a very little bit. Yeah, so after testing that out, I noticed that this worked much better in a much thinner layer in my textured eyes, so around my textured eyes. So we'll be going with that again. Just a little bit of extra product around the nose. And then just to pat this out. So personally, I like to use a little bit of a color corrector, and then I go over with a little bit of a concealer over that. And it's more about patting, pushing that into the skin. Perfect. Lovely. And I'll just push this into the nose area. Perfect. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is just go in with my Laura Mercier hydrating setting powder. And we'll just set those areas down. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go in with my cream bronzer, but it's only going to go in the areas that I didn't set yet. So I'll just use my cream bronzer, the Charlotte Tilbury. and I'll have listed down below the products that I used and the shades in the description area, including the brushes that I use and where I use them. Okay. So now that I got that done, I'm going to actually start off by using a product that I haven't used on here before. I picked it up again because I was sort of curious. I've been doing my eyebrows for a while now with just the Rare Beauty, an eye pencil, an eyeliner pencil, or an eyebrow liner pencil, and then using either the NYX Lift and Snatch or the Build-A-Brow. So I've been using both of these products here to fill them in. And it's been a while, but I used to use the e.l.f. Build-A-Brow, or the Wow Brow. That's what it's called, tinted gel. And I've got mine in, let's have a little look, neutral brown. So I'm going to give this a go again. I just want to see and remind myself what this product worked like, because as you notice, I have very thin brows and they're going gray on top of it. So it'd be sort of nice to test out some like different products just to see how they work. So I'm just going to use this and just see how that works. Filling in my brows with this first. And the Wow Brow actually has little fibers in it. So it's what it does is it makes the brows thicker and fuller. And I certainly could use that because my brows are very thin. And so filling them in with this is just going to add some volume to the hair as well. So I'm just going to give this a go and see how that works. And I have it filled in. I think that because I'm pretty sure that I went a little bit heavy with it, I'm going to have to do some cleaning up. I'm back and I completed my eyebrows. So what I ended up using, I just stuck with the e.l.f. Wow Brow, and it ended up drying down and laminating the brows a little bit, so they actually held up. Then I used my liner and I used some of the Build-A-Brow from Maybelline to fill the brows in. And then I created this look using the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. And because this is just my second time using it now, and today I decided to use more of this mauve section to create this look. And I'm trying to sort of come up with some different ideas, because I find with this palette, it would be very easy just to sort of get stuck with the same look. So I'm trying sort of using some different techniques to just try to make the eyeshadow looks a little bit different. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this shade right here, right there, and I'm going to use that in my transition. So I'll build that out. So I was able to hopefully create something just a little bit different. It is such a beautiful palette, and the eyeshadows are just gorgeous. So it'll be nice to be able to get a few different looks from it, because the colors are really nice and the shadows are so easy to work with. So then I'm going to use this brush here, and I'm going to take the same shade and I'm going to go underneath the eyelid area down here. I'm going to spread that out and meet it up right there. I'm just going to blend that out, and we're just going to color that in. There we go. Lovely. And then I'm going to use some of my NYX glitter glue, And I'm going to lay that down just to try to make the shimmer pop as much as I can. It's almost like a satin shade though, this one that I'm about to apply on. It's more of a satin shade. So I'm just going to put it all over the lid right there. I feel like I got something in my eye though. Okay. And then I'm going to be using this shade right here, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid, the base of the lid here. There we go. And then I'm going to use this brush here, and I'm going to go in with this shade because I want to darken just above the crease right here. I want to create some more depth into my eyeshadow look, so I'm going to just add it right above the crease right there. That'll add some depth to the look. There we go. I'm just going to touch this area up here. Awesome. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the darkest shade right down here, and I'm going to I'm going to line the lower lid down here. And when I get just at the end there, I'm just going to come out with the wing. Just like so. And I'll be smoking that out in a second. And then I'm going to do my top lid with the same shade, sort of going in around halfway in. But as I sort of get to the end, I'm not going to meet the two up. I'm going to come off and create a second wing above the first one I created. A smaller one, but another one. There we go. This is a bit more challenging for me with my right arm issues, but still fun. And if it's not 100% perfect, that's okay, because I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, looks pretty good. I just got to touch this up just a bit more, because what I'm trying to do is make the two lines parallel to each other. Oh, that there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, lovely. Then I'm going to take this brush here. I'm just going to give it a wipe off just to make sure I'm not blending it with anything else. And I'm going to use this shade under, and I'm just going to do a little bit of blending just under here again. But not too much, not to what you're thinking. I'm just where I went down a little bit too low. And then I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm going to take this light shade right here at the end. And I'm going to use this right here on the inner corner. looks good. Okay, I like that. Then I'm just going to use this little tiny brush and I'm just going to lightly smoke this out. And just blend it a little bit. Oh, I like that. That looks pretty cool. Awesome. All right. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade again, and I'm just going to make sure I got this nice and bright right here. Lovely. And I'll just touch up the other side again. Nice. And I'm going to just do above my eyebrow again with my e.l.f. contour palette using the light shade right here. Just touch that up. Just before I move on, I'm going to actually use some of my Charlotte Tilbury spray just to hold this in place before I add any other products. It's more to my eyes. Okay, good. Just get that sort of set down a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to now go with the rest of my face. The first thing I'm going to do is use my bronzer from the Pat McGrath palette. I'm going to be using these blushes and bronzer, so I'll use the bronzer. Then I'm just going to go in with the blush. And then I'll go in with the highlighter just to give a little something something right here. And then I'm just going to do my nose contour now. Just to go over my nose again. Boop, like that. Then I'll do my nose contour with my e.l.f. contour palette, which is right here. And I'll use the light one for my nose highlight. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'm going to use this bronzer. And then I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. Boop. And blend this all together. Lovely. So the next thing I'm going to do is just apply some lipstick, which I have, and I'm just going to be using these two products. Now, I've owned this one for a little while. It's an Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Liner in shade, I'm always looking for the shades, Rosy Nude, which would look really good with this look. So I'm just going to use that lip liner. And the next product I'm going to use is actually a new one. I haven't used this yet, but I've been sort of, seeing that lip balms seem to be a little bit popular right now. So I picked up a L'Oreal Paris Glow Paradise lip balm, and this is in Cherry Wonderland, and I thought I'd give it a go. And so let's just see. Okay. It has a bit of oh, not very fond of this. It's got a bit of a perfumey, yeah, scent or taste and scent. And let's see. And I find that the coverage is sort of spotty. It's not looking that great. I think I'm going to take this off and I'm going to use a different product just because, yeah, I'm not fond of that at all. And that's okay. It might work for some people. Some people might love it, and that's great. But yeah, I wasn't feeling that at all. So let's go in with something else. Let's maybe use something a little bit more. I'll use my Pillow Talk, lip cheat, lip liner, and then I'm going to use the Nude Venus from Pat McGrath. Oh, I still have that yucky taste though. Okay, let's try this. Oh, now I like that. That's pretty. It's got a little bit of a gloss. It feels nice. The coverage is nice and even, and that looks good. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go off screen and just get my mascara done, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm back and I have my mascara on. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize, and I'm really enjoying that product so far. Well, anyway, if you guys don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button, the bell, and that way you're notified of any future uploads. If you like today's video, please give it a like and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, I have to say, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm ready for my day. And I hope you all have a good day too. Bye.